What is up, everybody? I am Mealy. We are back in week 3 on this Monday of what is it, season 11, 12? Season 12. Almost forgot, dude. That week off, Chunk. That week off really gets me. I'm telling you.
Yeah, no.
We had a couple of people who even forgot to schedule on time. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. This happens all the time. We see it with at least when we have a week off. But speaking of a week off, hopefully everybody out there enjoyed your week break. Enjoyed the holiday as well. Had a good safe time with whomever, friends, family, etc. I know I did, but with that, I am ready to get back. I'm excited. It's match day. I got my match after this one, and you know what? I'm glad I was chosen to cast this one, Chunk, because these are my boys, dude. This is my orc here, Gorgons here. I'm looking forward to this series. But before we get into this series, Chunk, we have to go over very quickly the players of the week. So for the players of the week for week 2, starting out with the Titan League. Everybody knows this guy. He's a legend. Rockiers coming from Inferno with an absolutely insane 592 average score, Chunk. That is ridiculous. I don't know if you had anything else you wanted to chime in there. I'm not gonna lie. That number's just insane to me. Like I would be speechless too. I'm not gonna lie.
Did you
But a
see
couple.
the saves that he averaged per game?
Oh, I didn't. You should tell me about that though.
4.44 saves per game in a total of 9 games. I think that is a total of what is that, like 36 or something?
For
Something
the
bonkers.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane, and I'm sure honestly, no, that doesn't really come to a shock to too many people because, like I said, Rockiers is a Titan legend. He's been a staple in that league for what, like 3 seasons now. But yeah, an absolutely crazy week 1 coming out from Rockiers, and I say week 1 obviously because Titan and Novice had that one of that first week bye week. So last week was, or the week 2 was their week 1. Moving on to the rival league, another well-known name around the Nemesis Gaming League. We have Flip 1010 from the Pineapples coming out with just as impressive 552 average score per game. Over 1.29 assists per game, 1.5 goals per game, 2 saves per game. Flip was all around the field in both of those matchups. Sealing the deal with a 6-1 total game record for the Pineapples. And correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say Pineapples are 4-0 right now. They're one of the top teams, if not the top team in Rival right now. So, obviously Flip is, one of the big reasons, for that success there.
Yeah, I believe they've only dropped one individual game if I'm not wrong, which is very impressive start for them.
Oh, wow. Moving on to the Challenger League, another name. There's just so many names here that are just very well known around the Nemesis Gaming League. We have Squirrel from Assassins, and I know the Assassins had a big week last week. They ended up having a 6-2 game record. Squirrel, just like the previous names mentioned, another insane average score per game at 579. He also shot, let's see, 1.6 goals per game, half an assist per game, just over 2 saves per game, and a 33% shooting percentage. Like, again, another player. So far, all 3 of these players absolutely insane in all aspects of the game: passing the ball, shooting the ball, saves, you name it. Definitely earned so far from these 3.
Yeah, and then for Prospect League, we have Hunzer from Origin with a 510 average score per game with a total of 8 games. Averaged 1.25 goals, 1.25 assists, and 2 saves per game in that week spread. Yeah, I think he also is a Nemesis veteran, if I'm not wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong there, Mealy, but I think he's been here for a while.
Yeah, I definitely recognize the name a little bit. I can't remember exactly how long that he's been around for, but I definitely do recognize the name, and definitely a name that deserves to be up there as well.
Yeah, then we'll move on to Novice. We have Exiled Tier, who averaged, or from the Crows, and he averaged 524.33, 1.67 goals per game, 1.33 assists, and 1.33 saves with a 5-1 game record. So a lot more balance from these last 2 players. Just doing it all and putting up 500 total is very impressive,
Yeah,
especially in a week.
Yeah, I was gonna say very impressive indeed, and like seeing the average score for each one of these players of the week being over 500, some pushing 600, I think is absolutely wild to me. I remember there's a couple of players of the week that end up averaging around 400, 415, and that's an impressive week to average over 400. But
Yeah.
these guys went absolutely off this week. It's just incredible to see, what these different kinds of players are able to do. Um, but yeah, so we're looking forward to this series here, Trunk. We have Gorgons versus Spitfires, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we're starting off with the first match of Gorgons versus Spitfires. We're getting the lobby just set up here, so we will be doing that or starting that series relatively soon here. Before we start though, is there any prediction that you have for this series? I'm kind of curious. As a novice league player, is there any prediction?
So both these teams come out with new rosters. So I think whoever plays with their new roster better will really come away with this game. But I personally think Parallax, veteran Nemesis player, will lead the Spitfires 3-1. I'm sorry it's your org,
It's okay.
but
It's okay. It's okay. I know the Spitfires roster has a lot in them, and I also was one potentially looking to pick up Parallax. I, even sent him a message, and then he got sniped from right under my feet. So it's kind of unfortunate that we have to play against him. I know he's a really good player, but I say that with confidence in my team. I know what they can do. They've been putting in work together, and biased or not, I have to say Gorgons in 5. I want to see. I think we're gonna get a Game 5 series, to be honest. But I gotta pick the Gorgons. I just have to. So yeah, so we are just now waiting for this series to begin here. Should be just another minute or two, just getting everybody back in the lobby. Had to do a quick little reset, just make sure we are on the right server and everything. Again, I know I said it at the very beginning here, but hopefully everybody had a good week off and everybody's ready to get right back into it. I'm super excited. I'm glad to be casting this match with Chunk here to start. I'm hype. I don't know if you are. We
yeah.
got players joining the lobby. Let's get to it, baby. So that countdown took a minute. Looks like the kickoff is going to be going in the favor of Spitfires at first. Parallax up early. Gonna score a goal with 5 seconds into the game. Parallax, that player that we just mentioned, Chunk.
Yeah, just a nice slot over middle. Caught them off guard. It really caught me off guard. 5 seconds in the game, just a fast kickoff goal.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like the Gorgons were on their back foot a little bit there. Unsure, what to do with that opening kickoff. At Kadofe here, looking to get a touch of his own, maybe a double tap. He does get it and it almost goes in with almost an incredible shot. Parallax gonna collect this one though. Ern gonna meet him on the sidewall. Metallica gonna try to take that one. Mallow gonna get absolutely deleted by Ern. Ball on the right side, spilling out towards the mid. Metallica gonna go up, met in the air by Kadofe before getting deleted. Ern gonna hit the ball off the backboard, going deep into the Spitfire zone. Metallica waiting for it. A shot by Kadofe, saved by Metallica. Ern take his time here. Not a lot of boost though. Mallow just grabbing the 100, able to control this one. Spork gonna cut that one off. Possible pass towards mid. Parallax cutting that one off. Kadofe hitting it back towards Spitfires. Mallow gonna turn on that one, and we're seeing a little bit of ping pong here now, Chunk.
Yeah, just a lot of solo plays that have come out early. Not a lot of teamwork, team passing. Just a lot of solo, giving the defense just a lot of time to make moves and get big clears, which is what Novice is mostly about.
Yeah, and potential open shot here for Kadofe, and he's gonna get it through. It's tying the game up 1-1.
Yeah, you just found a spot that was open after a pass from Sporkslinger. Just dropped it down to him. Great play by Gorgons to tie up this game.
Yeah, way to make the most of opportunities. A tie game with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. Still plenty of time for a lot of action here. Ern gonna take the ball off the wall, gets one touch, maybe a little bit awkward. Parallax gonna try to get a beat, does not get so. Spitfires have to rush back. Metallica unable to get a touch there. Spork, potential pass across, not quite gonna make it. Ern hitting off the sidewall. Mallow gonna cut that one off. Kadofe playing it to the sidewall. Metallica cutting that one off. Playing sidewall as well. Spork on backboard, gonna get a 50 there. Mallow turning around, gets a 50 with Earn. A little bit of pressure coming out for the Spitfires now, which is kind of what I was thinking they were going to be needed to do. They have the players, Chunk. I just feel like they need to kind of press forward and put some more pressure on the Gorgons.
Yeah, as they get one across the middle, though, I feel like their pressure is nice. I feel like they got caught overcommitting the last time that they tried to put like a well-rounded team attack together. So I'd say if they do form an attack, they do not want to get punished on going the other way.
Yeah, absolutely. And if there's one thing that I know about the Novice League, it is that miscommunications could be your ultimate demise, as we potentially see one there come out from the Gorgons. Unfortunately, not able to make a touch. Both Kadofe and Sportslinger gonna go for it. Metallica gonna eat that one right up and slot that one home.
Yeah, like you said, a lot of mistakes can lead to open shots in Novice, and they just easily slot in what is pretty much an open net.
The team to make the most out of their opportunities will be the team to come out victorious. Kadofe gonna get a hit. A little bit awkward. The Sportslinger, though, gonna take an air dribble off of that touch from Kadofe. It's kind of impressive there. Mallow cutting that one off the backboard. Potential pass here. Kadofe gonna cut that one off. A little bit of space. Demo coming out from Sporkslinger. Opens up the field a little bit. Pass towards mid. Kadofe and Earn both up. Pass over to Spork. Cleared away by Parallax. Spork gonna turn on that one again. Unfortunately, though, no Gorgon player there to get that. Parallax and Earn both up, both missing. Kadofe on backboard can hit that one forward. Possible pass, not quite. Gonna be cut off by Metallica to the sidewall. Mallow gonna leave that one for Parallax. A great leave. I like that play a lot there, Chunk. Kadofe with a nice clear. Oh, and it's gonna go in. Mallow with the follow-up.
A lot of ping pong going back here. Just keeps going back and forth, and he just catches it off the rebound. Earn nearly gets back to that, which would have been a very impressive save.
Yeah, that would have been absolutely insane if Earn would have fall right back on that. Obviously, I would have loved to see that. Down to 2 minutes to go, the Gorgons have plenty of time to make something happen, but they got to find out how to go about it. It seems a couple of miscues have been coming out, and they're just not able to get the looks that they're hoping for. I'm unsure if there's something, going on internally or in communications, perhaps, but ball getting thrown towards the Gorgon side. A double commit on the Gorgon staff. Spork last back. Mallow beats him. Earn with the clear. Kadofe over top. Metallica. That's all three. Kadofe with a double tap towards center. Spork gonna 50 that one. Ball is awkward in the corner. Metallica with no boost. Forced to clear it away. Earn also with no boost. Gonna cut it off. Earn still with no boost, trying to keep the ball in the offensive zone. Kadofe meeting Parallax up high. Spork also there. Metallica with the clear out. There are no Gorgons defenders back. Earn has to hurry to get back. Does so. Mallow off the sidewall. Kadofe gonna meet that one there. Metallica 50'd with Kadofe. Parallax up. Free shot. He's gonna slot it.
Absolute banger by Parallax. It just lands over middle off of interesting 50, and Parallax just finishes this one to put them up by 3 goals with only a minute left. Parallax is really leading this balanced attack. Everyone's got a goal in this game for them so far.
Yeah, Parallax will definitely be saying thank you very much. He will take that shot any day. If there's anything I know about him as a player, he will not waste those kind of opportunities. Earn, possible shot, not going to happen. Sport cutting that one off. Earn with a back pass towards Kadofe. A little bit of movement coming around now for the Gorgons. Possible shot. Not going to connect. Parallax has a little bit of space. Awkward touch. Kind of going towards middle a bit. Parallax going to try to get a demo on Kadofe. It's not going to connect, though. Earn up high. Met in the air with Metallica. Parallax possibly looking for a double tap. Not going to get there. Mallow going for the shot as well. Parallax with 100 boost now. Collecting the ball. It's going to say, all right, we have 20 seconds left. Not a lot of time for the Gorgons. We'll just basically play defense and make it so they can't score. 10 seconds. It seems pretty much impossible for the Gorgons here in this game 1 chunk. What do you think they're gonna have to do to come out in game 2 to have a little bit better of a show?
I think just a lot of mistakes were made on defense to allow this 4 goals to go in. I think if they just minimize mistakes, maybe have like a backup plan, like maybe someone else, always have like someone behind. Don't rely on one player. I feel like that could help them a lot. Just minimize those mistakes and like how they impact the series.
Yeah, I agree. I was kind of seeing that as well throughout the matchup for Gorgons. There's a couple of just awkward moments of double commits, and kind of awkward touches. And I feel like if they kind of spread out just a little bit, just give each other a little bit of space and play as a team, kind of like you were seeing with the Spitfires, even though they were mainly capitalizing off of 50s, which is totally fine. Even, if you go up to Titan League, play your 50s, right? But they were just in the right spot, for when those 50s went high. I mean, we saw that shot from Parallax 50 towards the towards like high up in the air, right? He was
Yep.
ready for it. It was an uncontested shot and he took full advantage. So we need to see that kind of offense coming out of the Gorgons, I feel like.
Yeah, 100%. I think Gorgons are just caught with those mistakes, like I said. I feel like if they can minimize those, I feel like it just really can lead them to victory in this game too.
Not gonna lie, Chunk, I almost just accidentally joined the Gorgons team. That would have been very funny. But we are getting started here with game number 2. Could be a pivotal, oh my goodness, pivotal game. Who knows? We're going to find out now, though. Kickoff in favor of Spitfires. Mallow has a full tank of boost. Going to be met in the air by Ern, though. It looks like he went with a Octane swap. Who knows if that's going to be exactly what he needs to get his play started. Kadofe met in the air. Back wall of the Gorgons. Spork grabs the 100. Has some time and space, it seems. Just going to get a weird pop, though. Ball high up off the backboard. No one really going to go for that. Parallax going to try for the corner. Spork going to get over top Metallica. Spork going to get around Mallow. This could be the counterattack that the Gorgons were looking for. Looks like it's going to get shut down, though, and they can't quite get it going in time. A couple misses coming out from the Gorgons. Metallica going to boom that one back into the Gorgons side. Kadofe off the back wall. Going to hit that one out. Parallax going to meet it in the middle with no boost. An awkward bounce. Spork with a possible shot on target. Going for the double tap. Can't quite get there. Kadofe, though, gets the cleanup, and it's going to go in.
Big shot that goes in. It almost looked like the Spitfires could have saved that one. There was 2 players, I believe, in that position that just landed on the ball and it goes in off their touch. It's unfortunate for them, but great momentum for the Gorgons heading into this game, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. It was, a very awkward moment, but sometimes in Novice, those awkward moments are actually your best friend, depending on what team you're on, of course. Being there, the Gorgons exactly is what they needed. A little bit of momentum. 1 goal lead here with 3 minutes and 50 seconds remaining. A great pass mid by Spork. Can't quite connect. Awkward off the ceiling. Parallax up. Metallica going to 50 earn. Kadofe up. Gets 1 touch. Mallow on his back foot. Spork going to go for a possible shot. Not quite going to connect on that one. Earn with almost a full tank of boost here off the backboard. Gets a pass around. Metallica is going to be able to collect that one, though. There's nobody there for the Gorgons, Chunk. That's kind of what I was saying before. They need to be there for each other more. They're having the passes. They're having the touches, right? But they're just not, capitalizing on each other's hits.
Yeah, 100%. I think it might have just been a boost scenario where no one had boost to really commit up field and make a play happen. I know that happens a lot in Novice. Just boost management can be, in positioning, is really important to formulate these attacks that can really punish the enemy team.
Metallica met in the air with Earn. Earn with 0 boost. Parallax all the time in the world with a full tank. Gonna get 1, gonna get 2. Kadofe gonna collect this one back to his own corner, though. Spork gonna cut him off. Metallica, free touch on the backboard. Earn sitting in net. No one there for Spitfires, though. Could have been an offensive opportunity. Spork clearing that one away. Metallica putting it back in. Spork gonna hit that one to the side. Mallow and Parallax both chasing that one down. Off the ceiling. Mallow no boost. Parallax gonna be there. Kadofe with a great save. Metallica off the corner. All the offense is in favor of the Spitfires right now. Got the Gorgons on their back feet, but it looks like they have to retreat. Spork. Oh, and he's gonna get dunked by Metallica for the equalizer.
Yeah, the big dunk coming out from Metallica. Spork might have been looking for a flick there to get across middle to his teammates, but really just gets dunked, and no one really expected that back home for the Gorgons, and they got punished for it.
Yeah, unfortunate if you're a Gorgons fan. I will say I love the idea, but that's the danger of doing those kind of plays, right? You got to make sure that it's going to be a free lane if that's what you're going to do. Ball awkwardly in front of the Gorgons net here. Parallax going to collect it. It goes high up. Spork with a great clear, though. Metallica can't quite get a touch. Spork get a nice hit. Parallax and Mallow forced to double commit. Spork going to get the 300 from Mallow. Spitfires clearing that ball back away. Metallica and Kadofe up. Gets the beat. Mallow up as well. Gets 1. Can the Gorgons clear this one away? Earn does. Parallax right back up though. Kadofe and that. It seems like again, Chunk, that the Gorgons are on their back heels.
Yeah, they've minimized the mistakes, but just this consistent pressure as Kadofe puts one in. The counterattack coming from the Gorgons caught them all forward, like you said, on the attack. The pressure just comes, and Kadofe just slots it in.
Absolutely.
Great.
I don't know if you saw it there too, Chunk, but there was a huge bump by Earn there on the back end that maybe gave Kadofe an absolutely free goal. If that be the case, and that's how you got to do it, then that's how you got to do it. Anything to go up one and win a series. A great pass off backboard. Kadofe Sporks gonna try to get the double tap, can't quite get there. Metallica has the counter attack now. Earn forced to cut that one off, does just that. Ball off ceiling. A little bit of a double commit coming from the Gorgons. Could be a free net if Mallow can get there. Can't quite get there in time. Spork off the sidewall met with Metallica. Parallax no boost in the corner. Gonna collect 100 though. Parallax 1, 2, goes for a third. Cut off by Kadofe with 30 boosts. Spork gonna cut off Kadofe. This could be awkward here now. Earn is left alone with Parallax lingering. Earn though just fine with 100 boosts as well. 50 from Mallow. Gonna go opposite side of the field. A traded demo between Spork and Parallax opens up the field for Kadofe a little bit. Gonna go high. Gets one, gets two. Shut down by Parallax. Spork off the backboard. A double tap opportunity, but not quite gonna get that. Parallax 50 with Earn to the corner. Parallax with no boost. Kadofe gonna collect that one in the corner. Metallica gonna take it back though. Earn off the backboard. We've been going back and forth, Chunk. 30 seconds left. What do the Spitfires have to do to score this equalizer?
I think the pressure they had was good. Just don't get punished. I think those passes like that one that just come across midfield are pretty dangerous. Those missed touches that they've had earlier in the series for Gorgons could also lead to an opening, as there's only 10 seconds left for Spitfires to make a comeback and tie up this game, send it to overtime.
There's 0 on the clock. Ball in the air. Parallax up. Met in the air by Earn. It is still shootable. Spork, though, going to be the hero of this game, shutting that one down and giving the Gorgons the win, putting the series to an even 1-1. Chunk, that was a completely different game, I feel like, coming out of the Gorgons. One thing that I think noticeably stood out was their ability to shut down Spitfires. That first game, I noticed that they just gave them way too much time, right? They gave them all the time in the world to do what they wanted. This time, they're like, all right, year and a half. Yeah, we're challenging. We're not going to give you a free shot. We're not going to give you a free pass. We're not going to give you like a free 50, however you want. Yeah, we're gonna make you have to do something. And I think it kind of made the Spitfires a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, 100%. A lot of contention on these big hits that were coming and big passes. Just didn't let them have any free goals. Didn't make any big mistakes. If they did, it was covered. And really just kind of set the Spitfires offense packing their bags and not getting a lot of solid opportunities to score.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like in that match, there were a lot less opportunities than that first match, which just means you got to capitalize, like you said, on those opportunities a lot more because you're not going to get as many now. However, with that said, we are about to start game number 3. This game will decide who goes up one game and who gets that slight advantage going into the following game. Who's it going to be, Gorgons or Spitfires? Game 3 is starting now. Earn up early, gonna get one. Parallax gonna hit that one away. Spork off the corner, kind of goes backwards a little bit. Kadofe, though, gonna get that one off the back wall. Parallax gonna clear that one to Earn with a lot of boost. Goes high off the backboard. Mallow forced to jump awkwardly. It's gonna go down, and Earn is gonna get the dunk for the first goal of game 3.
Yep, hit up and it just waterfalls down for Earn. Mallow just awkward in the net, hits his nose on the top of the goal. But good capitalization by Earn off his hit. Sets him up one.
Great read by Earn. I was a great defensive effort as well. They gave it all they had, but when a ball waterfalls down like that, as soon as it goes into the open spot of the net, it puts you in a really awkward spot where you really have to be in the perfect location to not get dunked, unfortunately. Spitfires have an opportunity here. Kadofe with not a lot of boost. Earn coming out with a demo. Might free up open some space for a counterattack. However, though, Gorgons, not a lot of boost throughout the entirety of the team. Spork forced to go just to force something to happen. Parallax a pass towards mid. Kadofe has to get a touch. Does just that. Parallax back to who's going to hit it far. Does it go in? Not quite. Mallow going to clear that one away. Spork up high. Kadofe chooses to go low on this one. A great decision there. Metallica, though, a wonderful save with having no boost there. Can hit that one again off the sidewall. Speaking of boost, it seems like Spitfires were low on boost. Seems like they had to retreat to go collect some, and does just that. Metallica pass towards mid. Spork awkward in net. Mallow going to get the finisher.
We're middle of that. I was talking about late last game. These opportunities are so dangerous in novice, especially with Mallow getting a demo there on a guy who's just kind of stuck stationary because the ball is just coming at him with so much speed. Great play by the Spitfires to equal up.
Yeah, the demo goal combo from Mallow freed open his own net and his own shot, and it worked wonders for him. Spork met high up, towards the corner with some boost. Parallax challenging him, gets a bump on him. Spork, though, gonna get a great cut on that one. Ball's gonna go in the corner of Spitfires. Metallica up towards the ceiling. Doesn't get a touch there, though. Kind of throws off Spork, though. Gorgons forced kind of double commit. There off the sidewall. No one there for the Gorgons, though, to be able to clean that one up. Spork, though, gonna get a free touch. Is it gonna go in? Goes off the post. Unfortunately, Parallax able to clear that one away out of harm's way. Kadofe awkwardly off the sidewall. Gonna take this one high. He's got a full tank of boost. Going for the double tap. Is he gonna get it? Not quite. Spork forced to sit back, wait for Kadofe to get back. Looks like both teams kind of letting this ball float around the mid as they go back for boost here. Off the ceiling. Kadofe up high as well. Gets beat on one. Metallica gonna try to get a read. Not before he gets beat by Spork. Kadofe, potential shot coming through. Looks like it's going to be just wide off the post again. And we have Chunk. I don't know. Did you just see what happened there?
I don't think so. I just saw it go off the crossbar. Just a big opportunity wasted for them.
We have a rule one, and it looks like a wonderful save by Mallow. Oh my goodness, we have a 2v2 situation in Novice League with a 1-1 game, and the series is at 1-1. This could be the goal that matters, and it's gonna come from a rule 1.
Yeah, big 2v2 here. I know a lot of people prefer 2s over 3s, and I feel like this really could determine the way the series goes, like you said. Big save from Ern.
This could be interesting indeed. 2v2 is a whole different game than a 3v3, as you were alluding to there, Chunk. Spork, with 0 boost, collects the 100 from the opposition. Doesn't have much boost, and a great shot coming from Parallax to put his team up 1.
Yeah, Parallax caught in a 1v1, which happens a lot more with the 2s, like we said, and just puts it very good placement. Farthest away he can from the defender, just to free up the series and set them up in control of the series now.
Now, with that said, though, did they leave too much time on the clock? Obviously, I'm joking when I say that. Buffalo Bills fans know what I'm talking about. Mallow with a great shot. It's going to go off the crossbar. Metallica up as well, off the backboard. Forced to clear it. Doesn't make connection, though. Spork over top 2. Look, I was going to say, the Spitfires have to race back. They have no boost, and Spork's going to get the free net to get the equalizer.
Yeah, big play by Spork here to equalize it. He just sees them both there. Unfortunately, they were awkward and just had no boost, and Spork gets it all over them. Equally upsetting after Mallow missed a big opportunity earlier in that play. Comes back to haunt them. Maybe made them a little awkward on that play.
Gorgons rendering that rule 1 null and void. It is now a 2-2 game again. Awkwardness coming now, though. Kadofe able to collect that one, though, off the backboard. Has 61 boost. Gets bumped into Mallow's hit. Parallax with a shot on goal over top Spork. I don't think he saw him coming, Chunk.
Yeah, Kadofe kind of got bumped into that ball, and it set it back off backboard, and Parallax faster to capitalize, and Spork, it's really kind of stunned, deer in headlights kind of situation after that bump off his teammate. Didn't really expect that.
Yeah, awkwardness will happen in the Novice League. It is inevitable no matter what series you play. But those moments are the ones that define games. With a great touch off the sidewall, able to keep going with it. Gets it towards mid. Kadofe up high. Doesn't make connection with the ball. Try to get maybe a bump on Parallax. Doesn't quite hit it, though. Kind of awkwardness going on here. 40 seconds left. Gorgons down 1 in this very crucial game. No boost anymore for Spork. Hits it in the corner. Mallow with an incredible touch. Can't get another one though. Ern hitting towards the net. Gonna be cleared away to the corner. A demo coming out on Parallax off the corner. Spork gonna try to get it back. Kadofe there. He's in an awkward spot though. Shot pop coming up from Parallax off the backboard. Is anybody there to get it? No, not quite. Mallow across to his teammate. Metallica has the full boost. Gonna collect the ball here now. 10 seconds left. The Gorgons need to do something now if they want to even consider going to overtime. Pinch coming out. This ball not quite on net. Parallax gonna hit this one towards the corner to safety, guaranteeing the Spitfires get the 1 goal advantage. Chunk, holy cow, what a match.
100%. I think that game got a lot more physical with those. We saw that bump come out on, I believe it was Kadofe that kind of fed out. I kept seeing more and more demos and bumps. I think that kind of changed like the dynamic of the series, and also the rule 1. I look to see like more plays like that if Gorgons want to catch back up in this series, capitalize on their own plays like that.
Or, hear me out, we get into another rule 1. How does that sound? That
Yeah,
was
I love
absolutely
that.
insane. I saw I think it was Cozy in chat, you know, it said a rule 1 in novice on stream. He doesn't know if he's ever seen it. I don't think I have either, to be honest. That could have been a generational moment. Who knows? I was here to see it and witness it. Every one of you guys were as well. But job is not done, whether you are the Spitfires or the Gorgons. Gorgons down 1 game. Spitfires on match point. A very important game coming up next on Forbidden Temple. As we know with Forbidden Temple, though, anything can happen here, and a lot happens here.
Yeah, 100%. Parallax is leading this team. He's I believe, the only new player from the, I think, 3 total roster acquisitions on the waiver wire. I really think he's leading this Spitfires team a lot better than they had in the first week.
Yeah, Parallax could be that player that the Spitfires were possibly desperately looking for. Who knows, though, as game number 4 starts up. Going back and forth. Parallax with an early B. Earn with low boost. Forced to just put it across. Ball's awkwardly up there. Metallica gonna get the first goal of this game early in game number 4.
Awkward with no boost, those weird 50s we talked about earlier. Spike kind of just platters it for Metallica, and it gets hammered into their net.
Like I said before, a 50 might be all you need, right? Sometimes the awkwardness feeds itself. Sometimes you just need some luck on your side, especially in the Novice League. Spork up high, a double commit coming out for the Spitfires. Earn has all the time in the world and a lot of boost. Gonna take it himself, maybe 50. Kadofe gonna go up though and double commit on that one. Spork got to turn around, gets 1 touch, maybe a second. Beats 2. Mallow with a low boost on and kind of awkward off the sidewalk. Gonna clear that one back towards the Gorgons. Double commit again coming out from the Gorgons. Spork over top 1. It's awkward. Metallica has a lot of boost and can get there off the backboard. Earn is up, gets 1, goes to double tap, but doesn't have any boost. Mallow to clear that one away. Kadofe keeping this one in the Spitfires zone. Again, Chunk, I feel like we're kind of going back towards game 1, game 2. And I was interrupted by Mallow putting in an incredible shot. Spitfires with another great play.
Yeah, let it out middle off again, another 50, and who scored Mallow? He just hammers it in over 2 players. They didn't expect that 50.
Yeah, again, we've been talking about the 50s. You just got to be there for your teammates, right? You can't force a double commit. Just be in the right spot, be in I guess just even generally in the right area, and be available for your teammates. Is kind of the theme of this match so far. We're seeing Kadofe gets 1 earn, absolutely deleted by Parallax, and it's gonna open up the net for Mallow to score yet again.
Yeah, 100%. This big momentum coming off a lot of double commits that aren't really getting anything, not really team plays, they're just double commits, not leading to anything but disaster for their defense. And they put in another goal off it. The hole keeps on getting bigger and bigger, Mealy.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is a relatively big hole. Gorgons down 3. 3.5 minutes left, though, Chunk. That is a lot of time. Question is, though, with all the pressure that the Spitfires are putting on the Gorgons, even though it's a lot of time, is it going to be possible? Kadofe over to the side. Pops it up. Can't quite get the double. Kind of awkward. Mallow going for a double top of his own. He's not going to get it. Metallica going to put a shot almost on target there. Counter attack now. Kadofe over Parallax, the last defender. On target. Not quite. It's going to be awkward, but he does stay there and gets the finisher.
Yeah, that looked a little nervous for them a little bit. It was wide open as Parallax left alone, and they pop it over him and just clean up the goal. And that could set them on that course to tie up this game and force game 5.
Yeah, only down 2 now with 3 whole minutes to go. Plenty of time. This is an Novice League after all. Metallica gets one over top of Earn. Awkwardness coming out from the back line of Gorgons. Earn and Kadofe together. Earn towards mid. Gets a 50 on Mallow. Spork off to the side. Mallow there, though, patiently waiting. Spork gonna wait for this off the back wall. Earn gonna get absolutely deleted. An open net, though, maybe for Kadofe. Metallica, though, gonna be the hero in that one. Earn shot on target and then gonna go high. Metallica can't quite get the clear. Mallow does, though. Full boost for Earn and plenty of time as well. Gonna collect this one off his back wall. Go for the air dribble. Gets one touch. A little bit awkward, though. Parallax gonna get it out of the air. Kadofe gonna meet him there. Metallica off the sidewall, spilling out towards mid. Spork up high, gonna get a touch off the corner. Maybe another. Not quite. Gonna be shut down by Mallow. A lot of back and forth again in this last minute. And oh my, I gotta stop talking, Chunk.
A heartbreaking dunk by Mallow. We've seen it happen before in this series, and it happens again when they need it not to. Big play by Mallow to, what I would say, almost finish off the series, but Novice is like Rumble. You can get 5 goals in like 30 seconds.
Absolutely. Mallow picking up the hat trick and now also picking up the least favorite management member from yours truly. Earn up high. Gonna miss that one. Metallica had an open net. Couldn't quite get it. Earn struggling to get back with that as well. Kadofe awkwardly off his own back line. Sport gonna collect that one. Hitting over top of Metallica. Parallax is gonna wait. Kadofe's gonna cut that one off, though. Maybe a double tap. Not quite gonna get there, though. Mallow clearing that one away. Spork with pretty much no boost. Mallow again gonna dunk. Almost gonna get a 4th goal. This has been the Mallow show during this game 4 chunk. Metallica, a shot of his own, a pinch coming out. Mallow back, though. Only has 12 boosts. It's awkward. It's very slowly rolling towards these Spitfires. And Metallica there, though, is able to get to that one in time. Over top of Kadofe. Spork up high. Not a lot of boost. Can't quite get to it. Speaking of not a lot of boost, Earn now with 0. Ball towards mid. Parallax gonna hit it back towards the corner. A little bit of awkwardness, though, coming out. And this could be exactly what they need anyway. Kadofe, a lot of boost. Gonna get met on the sidewall by Metallica. 1 minute remaining, chunk. If the Gorgons want any chance at winning this game, they need to do something, and they need to do something fast.
Yeah, they're still awkward on defense here. They need to get that out and get goals as we speak. Opportunity for Sport, but I really think that they need like a lot to commit here, a lot more than they are. Even without boost, you're down 3 with only 40 seconds left. You got to send the house.
Absolutely. All gas and no brakes. Sport gonna hit it off the corner. Look for a demo on Mallow. Mallow, a little bit awkward, though. Kadofe has to turn around. Double commit coming out from the Gorgons. All just gonna spill out in the corner. Metallica collecting that one, though. Gonna take his time. He's gonna say, that's all right. You guys are down 3. Take as much time as you need. Mallow, 20 boost, gets it off the sidewall. They're just playing monkey ball at this point, hitting the ball back and forth. It doesn't matter. 15 seconds in, counting down. Parallax with an open net. Doesn't quite hit that, but it's just about over as Mallow gonna miss wide as well. 10 seconds left. The Gorgons are not going to be able to get any form of a comeback with this series, and it looks like Spitfires are going to best them 3-1.
Yeah, big plays by Mallow and sealing up that game 4 with solid 3 goals on 5 shots, leading his team there. Just a phenomenal game in total. Really looked like either team could have come away with it, but I think the way the Spitfires played the latter half just really took the wind out of the sails of Gorgons.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. It seemed like we had a little bit of life coming out from the Gorgons, but Mallow, whatever went going on in his brain, he said, you know what, we're going to shut down any form of momentum that the Gorgons had, and absolutely just went haywire during that entire last game. Absolutely went insane. A very good series, though, overall. Parallax, we mentioned his name at the beginning, and even throughout the series, did the Spitfires find the guy that they were looking for? In Parallax, find the player they were looking for. Could he be that difference maker for Spitfires moving forward?
I think he brought a lot to this team tonight. 100%. he gave a balanced attack. He didn't like try to do everything himself. He applied pressure with his teammates. He played the team game as you want to see down in novice. It's not a one man show. So, absolutely phenomenal play by him tonight.
Yeah, all around great games. I was glad to be able to come back in this first match of week 3 after this long break. Chunk, it was great casting and being in the booth with you yet again, and I look forward to more opportunities for that. With that, though, everybody who's here, we are gonna end up going on a little bit of a break. I don't know about how long, a few minutes maybe. And we have our next matchup coming up. It is from the Titan League. I'm unsure. I can't remember if we had a Titan team or Titan matchup streamed in week 2. So I apologize if we did and I'm forgetting. If we didn't though, and this is the first one, you guys are in for a treat. We got Godfathers at 1-1 versus Nebula, who are still looking for their first win. Remember, there was only 1 week so far from Titan League, so not a lot to go off of, in terms of games so far, but a lot to look forward to in the future. Anything else you want to add, Chunk?
No, I think we should have let the teams get ready for their game.
Absolutely. We'll catch you guys back here for the second match of the night. It's been real.